All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nick Niemerg, and I'm the Director of Development for the SIUE School of Pharmacy and the SIUE School of Education, Health and Human Behavior. I'm also the current president of the SIUE Queer Faculty and Staff Association. And I am so happy that you have all taken some time out of your afternoon to join us today. Thank you so much. Now, before we start our program, we are going to invite our amazing graduates to join us in this space. So if you are able to do so, we would love for you to stand and support the graduates as they enter. So graduates, if you want to join us, we'd love to have you. Hey, you can all be seated. Thank you. So as we begin our program, it's important to know that there were many units, groups, offices, and departments that have helped get these graduation celebrations to become what they are today. So I do want to make sure that I acknowledge all their effort and support. So thank you so much to the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Anti-Racism, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, SIUE Safe Zone Committee, the Queer Faculty and Staff Association, as well as the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs for all of your continued support. And I would also like to say a special shout out to all of the amazing staff of the Kimmel Belonging and Engagement Hub who are working behind the scenes tirelessly to make sure that these ceremonies go off without a hitch. So thank you all for all of your hard work. And now it is truly an honor to welcome you to our 15th Lavender graduation ceremony. It was previously known as the Rainbow graduation, which we celebrate semi-annually. We are pleased with the opportunity to be here in this moment with our graduates who identify within the LGBTQIA+ community at SIUE. Now, I look at these amazing graduates, and I just want to say that we are incredibly honored that you have chosen to celebrate your accomplishments with us today. You obviously have endured, and you have reached a very pivotal moment, which is graduation. You have persisted, you have worked diligently, and we will be sure that you are recognized for your amazing dedication. So at this time, I'd like to direct your attention to our digital program booklet. And if you're with us in person, those are the first few pages of the digital program are what you hold in your hands. And this includes a listing of all of our graduates. And you'll also note on the program today that there is a QR code. If you scan that QR code, you'll be able to access the full booklet online, which includes all of the graduates' photos, bios, and any special messages to those who have been pivotal in their journey during graduation. And for anyone who is watching us from home on the live stream, the graduates should be sure to direct their supporters to that same booklet, which is listed on the Kimmel Belonging and Engagement Hub's website under the Affinity Celebrations page. And you can view this event at any time on the YouTube channel where we are currently streaming this, and that is SIUE the Hub on YouTube. Now, while you may be browsing through your program booklet, I do want to take a brief moment to recognize some members of our senior leadership team here on campus, some of which are in attendance today. And we are so grateful to have their continued support at the Kimmel Belonging and Engagement Hub's programs, and especially during this week as we celebrate so many amazing fall graduates. In particular, I do want to recognize the interim Vice Chancellor for University Advancement, Sarah Colvin. Thank you. As well as our amazing Dean for the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Kevin Leonard. Thank you. All right. And I also would like to add a few additional notes about today's celebration. So the Lavender graduation is an annual ceremony conducted on numerous campuses to honor lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, and asexual students, and to acknowledge their achievements and contributions to the university. The very first known Lavender graduation ceremony was created by Dr. Ronnie Sanlow, a Jewish lesbian who was denied the opportunity to attend the graduations of her biological children because of her sexual identity. And it was through this experience that she came to understand the discrimination felt by her students. So Dr. Sanlow took it upon herself and designed the very first Lavender graduation ceremony at the University of Michigan in 1995. And this very first ceremony had a total of 3 graduates. This tradition has grown leaps and bounds since then, now spanning colleges and universities across the country. And as of May 2016, this has now become a part of SIUE's traditions. And we are so proud that you are all another group of the amazing Lavender graduates to participate in this celebration. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and begin our celebrations with some keynote remarks from one of our colleagues, Mario McCart. Mario is the Graduate and International Admissions Coordinator here at SIUE and the Community Chair for the SIUE Safe Zone Committee. We're so glad that he's able to be here to share some words with you. So if everyone could join me in welcoming to the stage, Mario McCart.
Can you all hear me? Perfect. Welcome. So my name is Mario. That is like the video game. I think what I was looking at, what I wanted to say to this group, history kept coming up as part of one of the main areas that I was looking at. So history is important because how we engage with our history can be unique to each of us. I would like to look at the lens of media to look back on a history of love. Media is often the first window we have access to that allows us to see communities and worlds outside of our own. Film holds a special place in my heart because throughout history, it is where I see myself represented. Prior to the expansion of the internet, books and film were really the only way you could engage with media. Think back to younger versions of yourself. Did you use encyclopedias? I did. So looking at the world takes on many different viewpoints. Let's look first at 1957. Island in the Sun is an emerging film about an interracial couple. It depicts an interracial couple and their struggles with just being, very simply, a couple. It started conversation about what marriage could look like. Please note that it wasn't until 1967, Loving Day as it's known to most of the community, where interracial marriage became legal. We would just call this a relationship today. There is a movie made about this couple that was made in 2016, if you would like to see the couple's journey and understand a little bit more about the journey of love. Fast forward to September 21st, 1998, Will and Grace premiered with a extremely flamboyant character of Jack, played by Sean Hayes. He would later come out in 2010. So if you think about it, you have conversations starting about gay characters, but yet the person who depicted this individual didn't come out until much later in their life. If you don't know anything about Will and Grace, why? It's important to note that it's about a group of friends living in New York City, their struggles with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They're each other's chosen family, and NYC has often played a role in the queer narrative, beckoning so many to come to its diverse land. And conversations started with this show about, started in American households about how people would feel about their children being gay. A few years later, 2000, Queer as Folk, a sexually charged remake, would emerge on HBO. I really don't need to say anything more. It wouldn't be until 2009 that RuPaul's Drag Race would premiere on Logo. And it was only accessible if you had a premium network. Cut forward to where today it's so readily available and accessible with everyone walking down the street yelling, "Yes, Queen!" It's also RuPaul in her famous words, "We as gay people, we get to choose our families. We get to choose the people we're around." This becomes a reality for many couples on June 26, 2005, when same-sex marriage was recognized, changing forever the standards of equality and what marriage could look like. It is also under this court case that trans individuals really found themselves part of the conversation. 2018's Pose premiered on FX, which features the ballroom scene in New York City, 1980s. Its importance to the queer community cannot be understated. While many of us who live as L and G in our alphabet soup find ourselves represented on screen, we also sometimes forget about our nibblings, the TQBIA times whatever you would like. For those of you who don't know, nibblings is a gender inclusive word for siblings. Cut to 2022. Heartstopper appears on Netflix. If you know nothing about the show, which most of you may not, it is about Nick Nelson, a emerging jock, developing romantic feelings with another male individual, Charlie Spring. The show also gives voices to Black trans women, played by a character of Elle, who, as you could imagine, is playing a Black trans woman on the show. It also started conversations about another character named Isaac about their journey through asexuality. Since our society is so rooted in romantic relationships, I think it's also important to think about our friendships that have led to this moment. My spouse and I are always asked why it took so long to get married. Hopefully this speech gives you a glimpse on why, but there really is no pop quiz after this, so I'll just make sure it's very well explained. 56 years ago, I gained the ability to marry somebody outside of my own race. Granted, I'm not that old. Roughly 8 years ago, we could marry in any state in the United States. We've been together 12 years and married for 1. We married in private with our chosen family. I owe media and allies a great deal of thanks, especially Black trans women. Media is always shaping our social norms and facilitating conversation. Taboos are changing, and we get to live our lives. We get to live our lives every day without fear. Not just in New York City, though. We can live that way in Edwardsville, Illinois. SIUE is a better place because of each of you, our graduates. I want to invite you back to future Lavender graduations, as this event will likely grow, and hopefully we'll be taking up 3 or 4 rooms, and so we'll be definitely needing a lot of different speakers from different points of view who've graduated from SIUE. Hopefully, with the help of media, normalizing gender expression and queer culture, this event will grow, as I said before. Hopefully, media will shape a new generation to recognize what you already know, that you are special, that there is a place for you in this world, and you can live your authentic self. Thank you so much. I'd like to welcome back my spouse, Nick Neimer.
Plot twist. Thanks, Mario, for sharing your thoughts with us today. Now we have reached a very exciting moment in our event today, the moment that we get to recognize each of our graduates individually. So momentarily, we're going to ask our graduates to stand and proceed over to the side of the stage. And graduates, you will receive your cord and you'll be able to pick up your certificate at the end of the ceremony at the table where you checked in. Now, as you cross the stage, our campus photographer, Howard, he will be taking your pictures. Please feel free to pose however you would like. And if you notice, there's also a camera right there. So as you're walking past the stage, if you want to wave to anybody that might be watching via Zoom, you're more than welcome to do so. Guests, as we read the names of the graduates and they cross the stage, we'll also be sharing a PowerPoint with each of the names. So those of you who are here are more than welcome to cheer, come close to the stage, take your own photos as the graduates cross the stage. And once the names of all of the graduates are shared, we'll ask everyone in attendance to make all of the cheers, claps, yahoos, all of that fun stuff, so that we can celebrate these graduates as loudly as we can. So graduates, as your name is called, please know that we see you, we honor you, and we celebrate you. As mentioned, you will get a cord that you'll get one of these lovely rainbow cords over here, and you are more than welcome to wear that during your actual graduation ceremony next week. And we really hope that you wear it proudly. And we will now go ahead and begin recognizing our graduates. So at this time, we'll have you all stand and proceed over to the side of the stage.
All right, our first graduate is Jocelyn Dorothy, Bachelor of Science, Political Science, and a minor in History. Nathaniel Dyer, Bachelor of Arts, major in Computer Science, minor in English and Creative Writing. Ashley Taylor Feudal, Bachelor of Science, major in art, concentration in art studio, minor in psychology. Nina Harris, Bachelor of Science, major in integrative studies. Alexi Jacob, Bachelor of Arts, major in theater and dance, concentration in technical design. Now I'd like to introduce our graduate student. This is Zach Greenamay, Master of Science, major in criminal justice policy. Let's make some noise for our graduates. Congratulations.
Right. Okay. So thank you again for all of your participation. So graduates, as you go out into the world and you make your mark, remember that you are a proud SIUE Cougar and that you have left a legacy here on this campus and in the hearts of those that you encountered while a student here. And to remind you a little bit about how you are always a Cougar, we want to invite you to continue all of your celebrations with us at next week's Always a Cougar graduation celebration on Thursday, December 14th. It's a ton of fun. There's a champagne toast. You must go. So that we can toast to your success as you begin the next chapter of your SIUE story. So as you celebrate your amazing accomplishments with friends and family, know that you will forever be a valued member of the SIU Edwardsville alumni family. And we hope to see you at future events like Mario said. Go ahead and mark your calendars now for the first weekend in October. That will be SIUE Homecoming and Family Weekend, and we would love to see you there. Additionally, as we mentioned earlier, graduates were able to submit messages of thanks to faculty, staff, mentors, friends, and family who have been instrumental in their success at SIUE. We know that it often takes the love and care of all of those around each student to encourage them to complete their degree and make it to graduation. So the messages that you graduates shared to those who are members of your care team are included in the program booklet. However, we also want to honor those of you here today who have supported these students. So please join me in a celebratory moment, thanking these individuals for their support and direct and indirect contributions to our students' success. Really excited because at this time we're going to have closing remarks from one of your very own, Jocelyn Dorothy. Throughout their time at SIUE, Jocelyn was a member of Delta Phi Epsilon and the Physics Club, was a Cougar Guide and Tour Ambassador, and is currently a staff member and member of the Queer Faculty Staff Association. Jocelyn will be graduating with a Bachelor of Science with a major in Political Science and a minor in History. We are so glad that they accepted our request to provide these closing remarks to you. So please join me in welcoming Jocelyn Dorothy to the stage.
Thank you. All right, so I have the honor to close us out for the night. So I'll try to keep it brief so everyone can get to refreshments. When I look around the room, I am overjoyed at all the love and joy that is in this space. As queer people, we don't always experience enough joy and love in our lives. So I want you to just take a moment and soak it in. Recognize the achievement of being here today and all that it took for you to get here. And it is an achievement. I know we tend to minimize how huge it is to graduate from college. We say to ourselves, yeah, basically everyone goes to college anymore. It's no big deal. But think back on it, on all the restless nights and all the tests and papers and exams, on all the growing pains that becoming a full-ass queer adult in this world takes. You did that. You are right here, right now, despite how freaking hard college is, despite the hateful rhetoric spouted on our own campus, despite the anti-trans legislation happening 20 miles away in Missouri nationwide, despite queer youth being 4 times more likely to attempt suicide. You are here, you made it, and that is one hell of an achievement. And to you, the friends and family and cheerleaders of our graduates, thank you. Thank you for being here. The reality for so many queer kids is that we aren't accepted by the people who raised us, and we have to build our own safe spaces and our own families. So to those of you who have loved and supported us, thank you. Thank you for being better people. Thank you for cheering us on. Thank you for not falling into the fear and bigotry that makes so many people so hateful. And lastly, thank you to the faculty and staff who are here showing their support, and to the SIUE leadership who are here as well. Thank you for giving us this space as a step towards inclusivity and acceptance. Remember that queer youth need champions. We need leaders who speak out against the hateful rhetoric brought to our campus by hate groups under the guise of religion. We need access to bathrooms without fear of violence or misgendering ourselves. We need clear and easy ways to change our names on class rosters and email listings. We need support and action. Thank you again to everyone who has come here to support and for those who share their stories and words of wisdom. And one last huge congratulations to the class of 2023. We did it. And now just wait and see what else we can accomplish. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jocelyn. Really appreciate that. And thank you again one more time to all of you who have joined us here today at this Lavender graduation ceremony. I also again want to thank once more all of our senior leadership for attending. And we had one sneak in towards the end, the Dean of our SIUE School of Engineering, Dr. Caracol. Thank you so much for being here. So again, just our thank you so much to our leadership, our amazing speakers for offering some insight and inspiration to all of you. But most of all, I can't stress enough, thank you so much to all of the students for participating today and for dedicating yourselves to your education so that you could be here at the finish line. So most importantly, thank you for all that you've done here at the institution and the lasting sparkle that you leave on this institution. We're very excited for the bright futures ahead of each and every one of you. So a couple of quick announcements before we leave. Graduates, please remember to stop at the certificate table to pick up your certificates on your way out. And we'd also like to get a photo of all of you. So if you could just hang tight here after I'm done talking. And all of our other attendees that are here, there are some lovely refreshments just next door. So please stay, mix and mingle, and enjoy some snacks. And with that, congratulations again to all of you on your amazing accomplishments. We hope that you go into the world, be yourself, and be great. Thank you everyone for coming tonight. Thanks. And then after we get a photo of the grads, if there's anyone here wearing purple, we would love to get a photo with all of the purple people and our grads. So thank you.